Hi, I'm Nathan O'Hanlon. Welcome to this tutorial on PROSTECH Bluetooth bathroom scales. These scales come with an app that's free and is available for Android and iPhone. Within the app you can connect through to Apple Health for iPhone, and you can connect and store all 8 measurements coming from the scales taken within 8 seconds. Stick around and find out more. So the scales come with an app called iWellness, and the easiest way to open that app is with your iPhone. Hold down the button and say open iWellness. Okay, so I'm going to stand on the scales. You immediately see it's connected. And then it says there's new data received. Click yes. And I can now browse my weight. Of course, if you've got added clothes and holding cameras and iPhones, you're going to get a little bit more weight there. I can browse through, see my BMI. I can also pinch the screen to see my past and browse through my history. If I don't like a certain measurement or think it's wrong, I can always delete that particular one. See info about the different measurements that are available there, and see your setting, including your information. This relates to your BMI setting, and it's important that you always use body fat scale, because bathroom scale is another product which doesn't have the extra measurements. You can save as a text file and email it to yourself. And you can adjust who's using the app with this button here. Might select my wife under settings. The first profile shows with Apple Health, and Apple Health is a separate application that's set up when you first open the app. Search for health here, and it's the one with the heart. A weight, a body mass index, also picking up my Apple Watch walking and running distance, and picking up my heart rate from my Apple Watch as well, along with body fat percentage. So this is showing how different pieces of data are coming in from different places, all into one console. I can drill down and see more detail, or show the whole year, or just this week or day. So the health data settings are where you can see where data is coming in, and sources include iWellness. And these are the data points that are able to be written into Apple Health and the data points that are able to be read from Apple Health. I can also see my Fitbit Sync app here. And so different pieces of data are coming in from Fitbit and other bits from my scales. MyFitnessPal, and it has lots of manual entry points as well. So you can effectively pick up some data that came into Apple Health and then goes out from Apple Health into MyFitnessPal, for example, here, where the weight is read from Apple Health, but originally it's written from iWellness. For the German customers, there's a different app, and it's called Gesundheit. And just keep in mind that in the documentation, it's not exactly too clear, apart from the highlighting of it being darker here, that this is the one you need to choose. If you choose this one, it's the wrong data. It doesn't pick up all of the data. And the same interface is there as iWellness. For the Spanish market, there's yet another app. Going back to the scales themselves, the batteries are able to be changed and indeed need to be inserted when you initially use the scales. Turn it upside down, and on the back you can open the battery compartment, which will be needed to be done when you first get the scales. Then notice that the polarity needs to be correct. The bottommost part is positive to the left, and the uppermost part is positive to the right. Over here you can change manually the measurement, and that would be pounds, kg or stone. But this will be picked up by the app itself. So just put the compartment back. Simply pushes in that side and clips there. Sometimes it can be quite, you need quite a strong push to originally get it open, but it just flicks. You push it in a bit and then pull it up. It's important to always keep these clean. You can have dust appear on them. And the other thing is to always make sure that all four surfaces are on a completely flat surface. So a tile is always good. Lino is sometimes a bit spongy, and so you may get a mixed result with that. It's better to be on flat concrete or tiles. You can see they move around a little bit, and that's the key to making sure that the weight is correct. Always clean them off with a damp cloth if they get dirty. So the way that the body fat is measured is through conductivity through your body. So it sends a small pulse up. You don't feel anything, but you have a small pulse that goes up your body and through up your legs and then down the other side. And the way that it does this is these four panels here. So it's important that your feet are always one foot has one part of your foot on that side and one part of your foot on that side, and the same on the other side. So some people are a bit confused about Bluetooth. The original Bluetooth required you to go into this settings area and find make sure your Bluetooth is turned on, which is still the case, but you won't ever see your scales come up here because it's using low energy Bluetooth. So that confuses some people because they're expecting it to show up there. The shortcut way of turning your Bluetooth on and off is actually by sliding up from the bottom, and then this button here is Bluetooth on or off. Make sure it's highlighted. So I'm going to now show you how to find the app. And there's two apps. One, if you're German, you'd be going to the App Store and searching Gesundheit_Scale. And there's the app. You can download it. And open it. When you first come in, it's asking you about Apple Health. I just turn all the categories on, but you can be selective. And then click Allow. Korbenfeuerwedge is the one that you need. Always check not to use this one here. And go. The first thing it asks is for your name, your gender, and your selection of whether you want kgs. Sometimes you have to tap outside of the text boxes to get rid of the screen. It's a little bit counterintuitive. You tap outside and then you can select which. I'll just stay with kg. And my date of birth and my current height. This relates to my BMI. If you enter a small number of centimeters, it will not compute. It will give you an error. So be very careful to use appropriate centimeters there. Here you can say whether you're relating to BMI. You can say whether you are a fit person doing a lot of exercise or just ordinary. I'm ordinary. Save that. No, you've got no data there at the moment, but we check that our Bluetooth is on by scrolling up, and it is. Tap there, make sure it's on. That's all we need to do. We don't need to go to the Bluetooth settings or anything like that. And then we simply stand on the scales. Now here it's immediately showing that the data is connecting. You'll see the screen showing and saying, do you want to save? It's then immediately turned off the scales because it's done its job. Saves battery. So yes to that. And there's my BMI down the bottom, my weight, and my other measurements. Always ensure that you have bare feet when you're using these scales. Otherwise, the conductivity of your skin, which needs to be relatively moist, will not conduct, and you won't be able to get these other readings here. The weight and the BMI will still show, but you'll see 0 there. And that's just because it was not able to conduct the electricity through your body because of the material getting in the way of conductivity. Occasionally you might need to, if you have very dry feet, then just turn turn the tap on and simply splash some water over the scales like that, and then stand on the scales. That means that the conductivity will be there. Or alternatively, not quite as easy, but simply put some water on your hands and just wipe your feet first. Make sure they're a little bit moist. But at most times that they will just show up fine. It's only if you have very dry conditions that this happens. With cleaning the scales, always make sure you don't have anything that is abrasive, as this is glass, but a damp towel to clean it, and then just a normal wipe will make it look all clean again, and then just wait for it to dry, wiping it down until it dries. If you're beside a shower, make sure it doesn't get immersed in water. It is fine with splashes, but just don't immerse it in water. If you were to have a flood, the scales would be history. They've got electronics in them, so they will not be under warranty if they get a flood. When you first stand on the scales, always make sure that you've got your app already open into the home screen, like that. If you haven't got the app open yet, make sure it's open before you stand. If, for example, you stand on the scales, you see the flashing Bluetooth display, but it's not connecting, then just check your phone. It may be that it doesn't have Bluetooth on it set up on at the moment. So by turning Bluetooth on, it's immediately detected it. But you may want to stand off the scales again just to check. So if Bluetooth is on, but you're still not getting a connection and it's just flashing, then it may be that just for the very first time that you connect, it may be that you have another Bluetooth device with low energy that it's getting confused with. So just go around the house and think about what Bluetooth devices you have. It might be phones, it might be your TV remotes sometimes have them. Sound audio systems sometimes have Bluetooth on. Just turn all of those devices off, or take the scales out into a place that definitely has no Bluetooth around. Unlike some scales, this device doesn't transfer any of your weight data over the internet. All of your data is stored either within Apple Health, which connects to the app, or within the app itself. If you have an Android phone, you can't use Apple Health, but you still have all the ability to store all the data and export it using the iWellness app for Android Play. For PROSTECH support, the website has all of the contact details as well as the little card that's inserted within your display. You can visit PROSTECH using www.prostech.co.uk and see contact details down the bottom here. I can call directly. When you get put through to support, you'll be asked whether you want the German language or English language, and you can decide based on that. We're supporting other languages too. Keep in mind that there's only one profile available for Apple Health, and that's the first profile that you have at any point in time. But you can have infinite numbers of other profiles as well. You could support your entire gym or all of the people in your family at least using this. Hey, thanks for your interest in the Bluetooth bathroom scales by PROSTECH. We look forward to serving you, and leave a customer review on Amazon or give us a call on our support numbers in the website. Thanks, bye.